by HTN Sports.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tomahawk Stadium. Friday night lights and the Indian Hill Braves and the Northwest Knights. The Braves coming onto the field right now after a big victory last week against Roger Bacon. I'm Tony Harris, here with my partner, a man who is the life of parties he's never attended, Brian Shaw.
Yeah, people prefer it that way, Toe. How you doing? I missed you last week. I don't know what that opened. I didn't get anything like that, so really appreciative. Hey, what a beautiful night for football.
Let's play two.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, again, the Braves came in 1-0 with a big win over Roger Bacon. Northwest not as fortunate. They lost to Wilmington last week, 14-10. And they seem to have some struggles offensively. Did not score an offensive touchdown. Their lone touchdown was on a pick six. So the Braves hoping they can keep the Northwest offense stymied.
Yeah, Toe, and I think this is a perfect game for this Braves team. Braves defense last week played very, very well. Northwest struggling to get, as you mentioned, get that offense going. On the Indian Hill side, really interested. You know, you talk about week 1 to week 2 usually is one of your bigger jumps as far as productivity and performance in the season. And Indian Hill, I'll be interested to see. Doesn't have to happen tonight necessarily, but as we go through New Richmond, Wyoming, once we get to those games, going to be really good to have a passing game. I don't know that it was all that they wanted last week. It'll be interesting to see how it evolves tonight.
The Braves getting ready to kick off. And Drew Sinan, the Braves' fine kicker, and I mistakenly mentioned he's a two-sport star. He's dropped soccer. He's all football now, all football all the time for Drew Sinan, and he boots it a little short down to about the 5-yard line, bobbled there by Starling, and he is swarmed under about the 13-yard line, and that's where Northwest will take over.
Well, if he's all football all the time, I guess he's good to tackle. So this is good news, Toe. Absolutely love it. Well, we'll see this Northwest team come out, and, you know, Toe, we were talking about it this week. They've got a lot of good skill position players. I mean, these guys at wide out, and then on the other side of the football when they're playing defensive back, really the strength of their team. Be interested to see if they can get it to their playmakers tonight. As you mentioned, last week, just 1 of 7 from the starting quarterback. Got a backup quarterback came in and had a completion, but just 1 of 7 for the starter last week for 5 yards. So we could see him break that record tonight.
Jaden Lilly, number 8, is the starter at quarterback for Northwest. Takes the snap, and he's going to run and is not going to get very far. Holding on there for the Braves. That'll be Toffer Wackel, and Toffer does a great job. Toffer, just a sophomore, came in as a freshman last year, played quite a bit, and smelled that out.
So it appeared there was a mix-up in the backfield. He was looking to hand it or at least have an option on that, and back ran away from it.
Up, and there's a false start for Northwest. And that'll push them back half the distance to the goal.
So just what you don't need if you're Northwest coming in here with an offense that's struggling, and then all of a sudden you get a couple of negative plays here to start things. Can't be behind the sticks. Coach Lee Johnson in his 10th season, 31-60 overall. He's had a couple of tough ones the last 2 years. And this is a team that needs to get off to a good start to keep their heads up.
Again, Jaden Lilly, the junior quarterback, and hands it off, and nice little gain there, but it's still going to bring up about a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, nice tackle out there in space by Evan Riggs, the defensive captain for this team. Last year as a junior, honorable mention all-league, but Toe, I think he's one of the more valuable players Indian Hill had, and they had a good year last year. One of the best players in the CHL. And they rely on him an awful lot, both sides of the football.
Well, an obvious pass situation. Lilly looks to pass, and he's going to run it, and he will fall close, maybe within a yard, but I think he's going to be just short. I think it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, they're signaling 4th down out on the field. We'll see Northwest. This is going to be so close. Easy quarterback sneak. Well, wait a second. Looks like they're
going to give him the first down.
Yeah. Yeah, he put the fist up, 4th down initially, and then they changed it.
So Northwest is able to convert 2nd and long, and on 2 plays they're able to get a first down.
Yeah, Northwest really needs to come out, move the football. Don't have to score points, but do
Lily,
have to
bad snap. It goes right to number 3, Rosemond, and he gains a yard or so.
How about the presence of Rosemond? If you see him in motion, by the time that would get to the quarterback and the quarterback could get control of it, Rosemond is not going to get a handoff there, but still with the presence of mind, see it go off his quarterback and make something out of that play. Heads up by Rosemond.
Jaden Lilly ready to take the snap here, and he's going to keep it himself. And he's knocked back after about a 2 or 3 yard gain, and that'll make 3rd and long again.
And so one of the things you noticed last week in the game against Wilmington that was tough for them is with Lilly's inability to get the ball through the air, and there could be a lot of reasons for that, not just him. The rush game suffered because they didn't have anything to take the heat off of it. 13 carries, 36 yards, less than 3 yards a carry last week against Wilmington.
Whoop. Thought we had another false start, but no, it's trying to draw him offsides. 3rd and 7. This is a big play for Jaden Lilly. And it's knocked. Jackson Fry knocks it, and it's intercepted. Drew Rader. So Jackson Fry bats it up. Drew Rader is able to catch it and run down to the 20-yard line of Northwest, and Braves are in business.
So if there's one guy I think you would look at on this football team and have all his teammates hope he'd get an opportunity like that, it's Drew Rader, a guy that's played 4 years of varsity football with his hand on the ground, able to get that pick, and love that he got a little return on that too. And he's back out there on the offensive line.
Well, little disappointing that Jackson Fry didn't catch that and run the rest of the way like he did last week. That was a heck of a momentum builder for the Braves and really turned the game in the Braves' favor. Devlin Daniel getting ready to take the snap. Evan Riggs behind him. He flips it out. And that's George Vollmer, and Vollmer with a short gain. About a 2.5 yard gain for George Vollmer.
Yeah, I mentioned the DBs on this Northwest team, really the strength of the team. They had multiple players that were first team all-league last year that returned this year. Be interesting to see if we can get this pass game going. Nice call on 1st down just to get Devlin a little rhythm and get things going.
Devlin Daniel with Evan Riggs to his left. Evan will get the ball, and Evan breaks through and down to about the 11-yard line, 11 or 12-yard line. And is it good enough for a first down? Or are they going to mark him just short?
So one of the points of emphasis we know Coach Rodenberg was looking at is trying to get guys to play one side of the football, be fresher in the 4th quarter, have injury mean less, things of that nature. But as time goes on, you go to your best players, and certainly they'd like to take a little bit of mileage off Riggs, but he's such a good football player, they got to have him out there.
3rd and 1 yard, and Riggs carries it right up the middle, gets a couple yards, and brought down on the 9-yard line. And that'll be a Brave 1st and goal.
Another patient run. We mentioned it last week on the other end of the field. He had one like that. Very patient, allowed things to happen, and always going forward. Of course, his brother's going to be on the sideline tomorrow. Big game at Ohio Stadium. The Buckeyes and Texas tomorrow at noon. I'm sure Devin will be up there rooting on his brother.
Fakes it to Riggs. Devlin Daniel's going to keep it himself. He sees a little bit of a hole, busts it down to about the 2-yard line. So a 5 or 6 yard gain, and the Braves will be 2nd and goal on the 3.
So once again, clean on this offensive line. These 5 guys up front last week. a little bit of inexperience, but you'd never know it based on the way they played last week. Very little in the way, if anything, of penalties. And again, clean to start this drive, getting them all the way down there in very workmanlike fashion.
Second and goal for the Braves. Riggs does have it. Faked us out, and he got down to the 1. So Evan Riggs barreling down to the 1. Be third and goal.
So Josh Dixon, the senior linebacker for Northwest, had a clean shot at him and actually got arms around him in the backfield. Evan able to break through that and get positive yards. Things like that, little plays where you just keep it positive, put yourself in good positions. Indian Hill with the ball inside the 1.
It goes to Riggs again, and he is in. And the Braves dent the scoreboard first and go up 6-0. Evan Riggs with a nice power run right up the middle.
So keep it simple. Let's not get outside. Opportunity for a negative play. Let's go right inside with a guy that can get some push. And great job by that offensive line to give him an area to run through.
The man who handles all the kicking for the Braves, Drew Sinan, he kicks off. He kicks the field goals, the extra points, and punts. And that is true, and the Braves take a 7-0 lead.
Well, not a whole lot of reason to put the ball in the air on that drive, and the Braves are able to, I think, one pass, but the rest of it on the ground, and did an awfully nice job. We're going to take a look at this once more.
Here's the Evan Riggs touchdown.
In contact right there at the 1-yard line. Once again, it's Josh Dixon, and they both go into the end zone.
Well, Evan's got 205 pounds on him, and when he's running downhill, he's a tough man to stop. Brian, interesting, Evan Riggs was the running back on every play on that drive. Last week against Roger Bacon, Riggs carried, he was back there quite a bit, but Jacob Alexander, number 24, was in there quite a bit, and Ashton Graham was in there several plays, at least in the first half. So the Braves rotated 3 backs last week. This week, at least for the first series, it's strictly Riggs.
Yeah, and of course, as you mentioned earlier, Graham out this week. He'll be back next week, got a rolled ankle. But I really liked last week watching Jacob Alexander run the football, just a sophomore. But I think the coaching staff wants to get off to a fast start, and they were able to do it with their senior, a guy that's got a lot of experience, good football player.
Short kick for Sinan. And Ethan Dixon fair catches it. And that'll be a start on the 20-yard line for Northwest. And the Braves defense comes back out on the field.
Yeah, I think he wanted to take off with that, just slipped. And, of course, in this game, you get the knee on the ground and the play is dead. So Northwest with the second opportunity. Again, we mentioned it earlier, it's not a matter of got to go down and get points or whatever the case may be, but move the football, get field position, take some time off that clock. Let's see if they can keep the chains moving.
Fumble. And the Braves have it. There are a lot of bodies there. But tough snap. The quarterback there, Lilly, when he was trying to hand it off, the running back didn't realize he was getting it, and just right off his elbow. And the Braves recover and back in business here on the Northwest 14-yard line to start this drive.
And so if you like competitive football and you like to see guys at their best, this is a tough way to start for Northwest. Team we mentioned last week, a tough loss at Wilmington. Didn't move the ball a whole lot. A coach that's in his 10th year and his 30 games under 500. Tough start for this team.
Jacob Alexander now in the backfield with Devlin Daniel. Jackson Fry in motion. And it will be a pass, nice. Wide open. And that, we believe, is Arthur Smith, or Anthony Smith, a transfer from Moeller High School, came back to the Indian Hill, and Anthony Smith, his first game, and Again, we believe that because he's not on the roster.
Well, we're going to go with that.
We will until we're told otherwise.
And then we got Brody Smith up there, number 17. I'm pretty sure it wasn't him, but
no, well, Brody's number 17, and
we'll take a look at it after this extra point.
Do you have any other Smiths we can put up there? Sinan kicks it straight through, and the Braves up 14-0. And we're only 6 minutes and 10 seconds of game clock has expired.
So Smith doing a really good job of getting separation right at the end of that route. And Devlin putting a little air under it, which, that was great touch for a guy that hasn't played a whole lot of quarterback. Devlin can throw it through a car wash without getting it wet. But that right there, the call for that was to put a little touch, a little air under the ball, and nice job.
And for the first throw of the game, very efficient. So as I say, the Braves up 14-0 and striking quick and striking early, and hopefully just more fun to come. Brian, we mentioned that the Northwest is, at least initially, has been offensively challenged this year. Sinan kicks this one now to his left, down to the 10-yard line. A nice break there. And
good job there by the Braves filling their spots.
Yeah. Elijah Sterling on the return. Pretty decent return, and gives Northwest their best field position of the day, up to the 29.
And so this is a football team in Northwest, a lot of guys with experience, 25 upperclassmen, 10 seniors, and 15 juniors, 44 total players on the roster. So these are not guys that are inexperienced, but unfortunately they've experienced the last couple of years, 1-9 2 years ago, 2-8 last year. And that has a tendency to creep in when you have a slow start.
Trying to draw the Braves off sides is one Jaden Lilly, number 8, the quarterback. He's got Dixon in the backfield next to him. He hands it to Dixon, and he is stoned right at the line by a host of Braves. That defensive line and the linebackers not letting anybody get any breathing room.
Yeah, so I think until they show that they can throw the football, you're going to see the Braves just coming upfield. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah. And you mentioned last week, Brian, Jaden Lilly was the quarterback for Northwest, was just 1 for 7 throwing the ball, and one of the running backs, they ran a halfback option that gained 62 yards, and that was 60% of their total offense for the game. So 2nd and 11. Lilly will keep it himself, and he almost breaks it. Jackson Fry with the tackle, and that'll make it a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, nice job getting the ball upfield. Puts him in a position where, this is a manageable 3rd and 4. See if Northwest can hold on to the football.
Lilly keep trying to draw the Braves off sides. Again, Dixon in the backfield with him. 6'1", 219 is number 11. Big back. And it's going to be a pass, and it's not even close. So the Braves will hopefully accept the punt here from Northwest, and hopefully get the ball in great field position again.
Yeah, so about a 15-yard route when they needed 4 to get the first down, and just didn't have time to hold on to the ball until the receiver is able to come out of his break. Doing a nice job, though, with that clapping up front to try to get a good look at the Braves. In this game of football, offense has to get set, but the defense can still move around. Nice to get up to that line and force the defense to commit so you know what you're looking at.
Parker Seibel will be the punter, and he's a good one. Oh!
He got it.
Vollmer got a small piece of it, and the ball will get a great roll for Northwest. George Vollmer does a great job getting a piece of it, but unfortunately a Northwest bounce probably gave him an extra 15, 20 yards on that, and the Braves will start this drive on their own 30.
Yeah, terrific job. Braves did a good job last week against Roger Bacon, getting pressure and got to punts last week. So special teams have been very good for the Braves first couple of weeks. And so, you know, that different parts of the team are going to have, you know, some time. It's going to take time to get going. And, boy, if you start off strong on special teams, we had 3 field goals. We had good punting, good kick coverage, good punt coverage, good punt pressure. It was a good week last week, and it continues here tonight.
Devlin Daniel and Mr. Alexander will be joining him in the backfield this time. Devlin kept it himself and didn't have much room to run.
Yeah, I think if you're a team that is not in the league and doesn't know a whole lot about Indian Hill, you probably, as we're going to take a look at a replay here, look at where everybody stays with the quarterback. They are not worried about him handing the ball off and making decisions that way. Obviously, as the game goes on, if they continue to do that, we got other weapons that are going to get the ball and make them pay. But right now, you're going to see that, probably see it again next week with New Richmond, everybody with eyes on 5.
Vollmer in motion. Oh, he tries to thread the needle in there to Ben Sichel, and boy, it's triple coverage.
Yeah, throwing to the opposite hash, a little distance on that one, and then traffic. Braves fortunate. Again, we mentioned these DBs. These are guys that can make plays. We'll take a look at it here. Braves fortunate because that's the kind of ball that could go back. Not want a big 6. Don't want to give them an opportunity to get back in this ball game. Braves all of a sudden behind the sticks in the 3rd and 11.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 on the 29. Anthony Smith out to the left. Devlin looking to pass, and he is swarmed around. He gets past. He gets.
Oh,
push it. Wow. All the way down to Dylan Hartman, and he'll go into the end zone for a touchdown. A 71-yard pass play. Devlin Daniel to his baseball counterpart, Dylan Hartman, and the Braves take a commanding 20-0 lead.
Nice job by Dylan Hartman. You're looking back into that sun, and your eyes are as big as silver dollars when you're the only guy out there with the ball floating in the air for a while. But how about Devlin Daniel?
How he escaped that? It's like Houdini.
Yeah, but, you know, it's one thing to escape it. It's another thing to keep eyes downfield as an emerging quarterback, and then the arm strength to throw it to a guy that wasn't coming back to him.
Drew Seinen with his 3rd extra point of the quarter, and the Braves up 21-0.
And so that's usually a guy that's saying, I'm wide open, I'm wide open, I'm wide open, and the quarterback's saying, you're nowhere in my area, I can't see you. In this case, Devlin doing a terrific job of being able to see that far downfield. Had 2 receivers in the area, actually. Did a nice job of putting it up. Once again, a throw with a lot of touch on it. It's a guy that throws a catchable ball for sure. And so, if it were you and me and it was burnout, he'd be throwing a very uncatchable ball to us.
Again, we've only played 9 minutes and 9 seconds of game time, and the Braves up 21-0. And don't forget, the Braves will start the 3rd quarter receiving the ball. So good things all around right now. Reason to be extremely optimistic what's going on here today.
Yeah, so this is one of those cases where you think about the organization that's required for football. Just be thankful for your Indian Hill football coaching staff. Because athletically, this is a
Thomas with a big return here, and he's got some blockers.
Coming back.
And going all the way, but there looks like there might be a holding call down around the 16-yard line.
Yeah, Toe, I know this is varsity football at the high school level. Not supposed to think about things like this, but boy, oh boy, if a team really needed that, it's the Northwest Knights, and very unfortunate.
They're calling a personal foul on Northwest way down. A heck of a run there by Thomas.
Yeah.
And that's all for naught.
Well, doesn't take away that effort. We all saw it, but it does take the points off the board, and that's a tough one. Just what Northwest did not need. And you really feel for that young man. Great individual effort right there.
I mentioned Northwest last week. Their lone touchdown was on a pick six, so they've really struggled when they've been running their offense, and Braves hoping to force them to some more misery here now that they're backed up near their goal line.
So we mentioned it last week, this Braves offensive line. I know they're not on the field right now, but they played so clean, and it enabled the Braves to overcome mistakes. And Coach Masali, when we talk about organization and having great coaches, it's not just John Rodenberg. Coach Reardon's good, too. Everybody. Coach Masali really makes things go offensively. Ooh.
A little swing pass, but if that was caught, Dylan Hartman was ready to smother the ball carrier as soon as he caught it. He's probably lucky he didn't catch it.
And so hats off to Dylan Hartman. I thought he was going to try to jump that route, but if you miss, if you don't get there, you got trouble. And he saw that ball in the air, so he did the right thing and went to play the receiver. Great discipline there by Dylan Hartman. You don't get many chances like that down at the goal line to make a play. And, boy, he did the right thing for his team.
Jen Lilly will hand it off, and a nice big gain there. Whew. Much more than the Braves are willing to give. That's number 3. That's Roseman.
Yeah, nice job there up front. Guys blocking, get themselves out from that goal line after a really tough start. So
that'll bring up a 1st and 10. He got the first down there. Roseman did. It's a heck of a run that deep too. So Jaden Lilly just pushes it. Oh my gosh! Gets around the corner. That's Roseman again, and nice gain.
Yeah, nice job there, Brody Smith, to come up and make the play.
Roseman had 2 rushing attempts last week for 0 yards. And obviously he's having a heck of a game today so far. Just a sophomore. Listed at 5'6", 153.
As Archie Griffin used to say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, Toe.
And there's a fumble. The Braves are able to smother Lilly, and loss there of several yards. The Braves will have a play defense here on a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 7, Toe. And,
3rd and 7, sorry.
Not to assign, you always look at what's going on and why are things happening. Good snaps. That's just a matter of eyes down the field before getting a hold of the football. One thing at a time. Easier said than done, though.
Jackson Fry and Evan Riggs both to the left of the quarterback, getting ready to rush. Here comes Riggs. Oh, nice. Hung on nicely. Sterling.
Yeah,
Elijah Sterling really hit as he's catching the ball and is able to hang on. Nice job.
Great adjustment to the ball. He's going to that ball to the inside. He keeps running, but that ended up being a back shoulder because it's thrown a little bit behind him. Great adjustment, took contact, still able to hold on to it.
That was Jaden Lilly getting thrown to the ground again. He's had a heck of a workout already, and we still have a few seconds left here in the first quarter.
So Jackson Fry playing great football, really in all facets. Everywhere they put him on the field, he's making plays. But when you watch him, you just see a guy that looks like he would be very comfortable at the next level with that frame.
Lilly fakes the pitch and throws it deep down the field. Wide open is Ezekiel Kelly. And, boy, a couple big pass plays on this drive. And Northwest looking like a whole different team.
Beautiful pass right there, and great job to get the hands out and catch that away from the body. Very nice.
And that's the end of the quarter.
So would like to take this opportunity, end of the first quarter, to say hello to one of the Big Indian Hill fans out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is sitting out there at Rittenhouse Square tonight. My favorite football and basketball player, Colin Shaw. Colin, looking at this Northwest team, Toe, I always think about 10 seconds, under 10 seconds left at their place. He hits a runner, gets knocked down on the floor. They inbound it, he gets back, and as the game ends, he takes a charge. He said no baseline, and he meant it. Colin Shaw, glad you're with us. Dad loves you.
Oh, the Braves are up 21-0 here as we'll get ready to start the second quarter here in another minute. Looking really, really strong on offense, and defense looked outstanding until the last minute and a half of the quarter. Relaxed a little bit, and Northwest was able to complete a couple pass plays.
Tony, these guys are incredibly organized. You think about just being second week of the season, and it was the case last week. A lot of different ways to win ball games. They don't have to have every facet at the peak level in order for them to win a football game. Very impressive what's going on right now to start this season with the Braves.
Lilly takes a snap. He's going to run. And he goes to the left, and oh, my.
Dylan Hartman.
That's right. Yep, Dylan Hartman. We've said his name a few times tonight, both offensively and defensively and special teams.
Yeah, Dylan Hartman going to come out here in space, get off a blocker, and he's giving up some pounds right there, but that's form tackling right there at its finest. Great job by Dylan Hartman. Individual guys doing their job, too.
2nd and 9. Lilly, he's going to keep it again, and he's got some room. And he gets close to a first down, brought down, and it will be a little short.
Nice job there, Toe, as we always refer to Hank Stram. A little matriculation there. Very patient run. Nice job picking little spots and able to get positive yards for his team. I think some of the problem sometimes is just an anxiousness to do more than what is there. And a great job right there by Northwest to pick the spot.
3rd and 2. Up, and the Braves looks like they might have jumped. And it is. It's an offsides on the Braves, and that'll be a first down for Northwest.
And we mentioned it last week. We had, some things that happened out on the perimeter offensively that called some plays back and some, personal foul, blocking the back, movement, that kind of thing. Braves able to overcome it last week. Let's see if they can do it here.
1st and 10 on the Braves 14-yard line as Jaden Lilly gets ready to take another snap.
So in a weird way, a little adversity down here at this end of the field. Very good for this football team right now. They need to find little ways to motivate themselves within the game. It's not all about the scoreboard.
Lilly will pass this time and throws it there to Ezekiel Kelly, but Kelly was trying to move forward or block somebody and didn't have any idea where the ball was.
Yeah, there's a good case to be made for offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
Right there. Kelly locking up Brody Smith, who saw the ball, making a play on the ball, and wasn't able to get there.
Second and 10 for Northwest and Jaden Lilly. And he will keep this one himself again and bullies his way down inside the 10-yard line.
Lilly with an excellent job there working with Ethan Dixon just to keep the Braves off balance. Had a decision to make there, made a great decision on whether he was going to hand it off or he was going to keep it. And making their way down here, big 3rd down, and you got to think at this point, even though they've got a really good kick game, maybe they're in 4-down territory already.
Oh, the big back Dixon, and boy, they have 3 running backs in the backfield here. And quarterback will keep it himself. And Lilly will get crushed. Wackel, boy.
So
first guy there was Hartman, and then Wackel, and then a host of others.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this. Look at the defensive back come off of Curry, who's in the end zone, number 4, all alone. And, boy, I tell you what, that's tough. Just not able to see it. Jalen Lilly not able to see a separation as the DB came up to make that play and left the receiver wide open in the end zone. Well, we mentioned that pass game, and, of course, when you lose yards like they did, you're now in a situation where you take the points however you can get them.
And they've got a fine kicker in Parker Siebel, outstanding punter and place kicker, and number 10 here is a senior. And he'll try a 27-yard field goal. Tough snap, and boy, blocked by Dylan Hartman. We've mentioned his name a couple times tonight, and Dylan Hartman, special teams, offense, defense, has been all over the place tonight, and blocks it. The Braves are able to get the ball in great field position again, and Dylan Hartman have a game.
Until we talk about it all the time. If it's not one darn thing, it's another. And for this Northwest team, boy, you get your guy out there. I watched him in warm-ups. He's hitting, from 47 yards out. But, of course, that's with the ball teed up. And, gosh, you get a situation where your snap isn't good. It's always something, but here low snap, able to get that ball up, but it affected the timing. And nonetheless, great job by Dylan Hartman to get himself in position. Nice job by the Braves to keep him off the board.
Alexander gets the snap right up the middle and pushes through for about 6 yards.
And so this is good for the team right here. You got a little bit of a breather for Evan Riggs, to not have to carry the load the entire time. Had a really good series just there on defense, and now you got the sophomore in there with fresh legs.
Well, this is the third series in a row for Alexander. Evan was in the backfield for the first series, and now Alexander is. And as you mentioned, Riggs plays both ways, and so it's nice when he can get a break on offense.
Yeah, Alexander looks really good running the football.
And here he goes again. And another nice run. First down and then some.
So that jump cut to start things, and then leaning forward and just taking what was available to him. We're going to see him navigate in space here. First of all, a jump cut to get himself outside of the tackle. And then really good job to get positive yards after the hit.
Jackson Fry blowing his man up and making a nice pathway.
Yeah, this line up front, we mentioned it with Coach Masali. These guys are doing a terrific job. No motion, no holds, no negative plays, and good snaps that have been right at the face mask for Daniels.
Well, pass play out there to George Vollmer, and Vollmer gets out of bounds. Vollmer, the Braves' leading receiver from last year, had 26 catches last year. And
so we're going to look at out in space. Again, Dylan Hartman staying connected. Did you see that?
Yep.
Gave Vollmer an opportunity to get that defensive back not able to get off the block and get him for on the ground. So great job there by Dylan Hartman. Attention to detail. And we mentioned these Braves receivers, a lot of experience here with these skill position players, and it shows up.
Devlin Daniel keeps it himself and gains about 1.5 yards. And the clock keeps ticking.
One thing I am seeing, Toe, not only throwing the ball well, but I do see Devlin a little more comfortable making decisions on when to keep it, when to hand it, getting in and out of the huddle, getting to the line quick. Love it.
3rd and 4. 3 wide down here to closest the bottom of the screen. Vollmer, Hartman, and Sichel. And it goes to no one.
Yeah, it looked like that was just a mix-up on where people are supposed to be, and that's okay. Braves stall out, but still flip the field, and hopefully Seenan's going to drive Northwest deep into their territory.
So the Braves drive stalls at the Northwest 45.
Ezekiel Kelly back there again. So we saw what he's capable of on that kick return.
Big target, and he's going to, no, he's not going to field it. And the Braves will let it roll inside the 5-yard line. And they'll down it there at almost the 4-yard line. And Northwest will start there with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left until halftime.
Yeah, good job by this Braves team to get down the field. All red shirts down there when the ball finally arrived. And so you wonder, usually you make a decision. Either you're going to pressure the punter or you're going to set up for a return. And neither one happened right there.
So we'll see what Northwest does here, down 21-0 in the shadows of their own goal line. Are they going to throw it?
And so I think these DBs for Indian Hill, we mentioned last week that, they changed from a 4-down lineman set to a 3-down lineman set with 3 linebackers and 5 DBs. I think this DB group is looking for the ball to be in the air.
And there's delay a game. Yep. They're going to call a false start, so that'll be half the distance to the goal. And that's just a 2-yard penalty. So 1st and 12 for Northwest.
So you keep playing the game, keep doing the little things that they're asking you to do as a Northwest player, and brighter days are ahead. But right now, really got to pay attention to detail.
Hand off. Oh, and there's a safety. Was that Evan Riggs? No, it was Topher Wackel.
Yeah, Topher Wackel with a great job getting through there. Let's take a look at it, Toe. When you're in your end zone, really got to get rid of it, and everybody's got to get a hat on somebody, and Wackel unblocked, able to get in there and get the guy on the ground. Great job there by Indian Hill.
Topher Wackel doesn't get a chance to score a lot of points. He doesn't play a lot on offense, but boy, can he play defense, and he just earned the Braves 2 points there, and now the Braves will be receiving the kickoff.
Yeah, you look at this roster, Toe, to your point about playing offense, I mean, that's the kind of thing that could change here in the next couple of years. A lot of football in front of Topher Wackel. And right now they got him listed as a tight end and a linebacker, but that could very well change as we move forward.
Listed as 5'10", 175, but boy, he plays bigger than that.
Yeah, I mean, if he ends up being a couple inches taller and gains a little weight, he still profiles really well for a running back. We'll see what happens. One thing we do know, though, with this coaching staff, they've made a lot of changes over the years with these guys, and you really got to trust them. I mean, I think a lot was made of Devlin Daniel being a quarterback and, changes in that regard. And I think it's really important just to trust these guys. They are putting in a lot of time. They've coached a lot of football, very veteran staff with the kids' best interest in mind. And really, any sport, but particularly football, it really is a matter of trust. You have to trust what these guys see in your son.
Well, Northwest will be kicking off from their own 20. Free kick, and they're going to kick it off. They're not going to punt.
Well, they got the right guy for this. Not only did he kick, and it was perfect on extra points last week, but had 7 punts for an average of 45 yards, and 2 of them were down inside the 20, which in all likelihood he gave up some yards when that happened. This is a guy that's got a good leg.
And he punts it down to the 24-yard line. George Vollmer. And George Vollmer gets a break and hangs on to the ball as he slithers over to the 50-yard line. So the Braves with great field position to start this next drive.
George Vollmer there with a little bit of swerve and Mervin as he goes through traffic right here. That's what they call veering. I love it. You know, Jordan's always played with a little bit of a reckless abandonment. You know, I mean, he just kind of goes for it and see what happens. And not a guy that's worried about personal safety or anything like that. Always about the team and seeing what's possible, making a play. A lot of courage in number 3.
Devlin Daniel and Evan Riggs is back in the backfield next to Devlin. Evan Riggs with the ball, and he scampers for about a 5.5-yard gain to start this series.
And so you know that Evan Riggs will tell you, hey, I can get 20 carries, play defensive side. And here you look at him, and this is just a play that could very easily have been for no gain or even negative put behind the sticks. Nice to have him out there, and I bet he looks at this as a reward. He doesn't look at it as work. I think he looks at it as opportunity.
Evan now to Devlin Daniels' right to start this. Devlin rolls out to the right. Riggs is there to block for him and give him a little bit more room. And there is George Vollmer.
Well, Toe,
beautifully thrown ball.
If you were concerned, as I was, about the passing game coming into this, I think we can put those worries to rest. That play took a while to develop. Devlin Daniel doing a great job to get himself out of space and buy time. Also a great job by that line. But for that play to clear, that took a while. And plenty of arm strength to get it there.
Well, Devlin rolls to his right. Evan Riggs is in there, and he eliminates the linebacker, and Devlin has enough time to make the throw. And Drew Seinen knocks it through, and with 5 minutes remaining until halftime, the Braves go up 30-0.
Told you see that extra point right there and where that ball landed?
Yeah, in the trees.
That's your exact same leg swing when you're 40 yards out. Don't need a line drive. Don't need to try to do too much. Right there, if we could just get that, he's good from just about anywhere. And, you know, it makes you appreciate what we just saw on the other end with Northwest. It makes you appreciate the snap and the hold. You know, this Indian Hill team for the last 10 years has just been so blessed to have guys that execute that so consistently. You know, going a whole year where you might miss 1 or 2 extra points. And usually that's not on the kicker. But it takes all 3 phases of that, and Braves have been as good as anybody at that in the city. And that's, you know, so that's like shooting free throws. There's no defense. There's nobody really that's doing anything to you. It's just your ability to get it done. So Braves should take great pride in that. That works whether it's here or down at Paul Brown Stadium.
Drew Seinen kicking off here to either Elijah Sterling or Ezekiel Kelly. And no, it's a short kick. And that's Josh Dixon, and boy,
he's gone.
He's going to go the whole way. No, he's not. Wow.
Tyler Fitzgerald says, not so fast. Great job by Fitzgerald to stay with the play. I really thought he had a little bit of an opening right here, but did not have the angle. And Fitzgerald did a great job to get him on the ground. Again, setting up another opportunity for this Braves team, which is not playing in a competitive game right now. Let's face it, when it's 30-0 with 5 minutes left in the half. But this is a great segment. Can we keep them off the board?
The best field position that Northwest had all night. They start this drive at the Braves' 15-yard line.
And so before we leave it, Josh Dixon, to be alert, we've seen plenty of plays on this field where short kicks have been short like that and guys weren't paying attention. Great job by Dixon.
Way overthrown. Jaden Lilly, so that'll make a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Northwest coming off that last drive where they're starting to put some throws together. And, you know, you look at that and you say, does that open up the run game a little bit for these guys? Don't abandon the run game.
Lilly and Rosemond in the backfield together. So Lilly changing the play. He's got 2 wide to each side. he's going to keep it himself, and he goes right through the middle and breaks inside the 5-yard line, and Lilly down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Northwest.
And so if we just took this first quarter and we made a highlight reel of everything that worked well, the throws that Lilly's made, the runs that he's made, in this game, unfortunately, little mistakes add up in big ways. But, boy, he's got a lot of skills.
And he will keep it himself again. And he bullies himself, well, down to the 1-yard line. Boy, it looks like he was carrying a host of Braves into the end zone, and they finally stop him.
Yeah, great opportunity here for the Braves. Let's see if they can keep him out of the end zone.
2nd and goal.
And they're going to have a few shots at it.
2nd and goal from the 1. And did he get in? Nobody signaling. Now they do. Touchdown for Northwest. Jaden Lilly is able to get in there. Well, he had 3 running backs behind him. None of them were involved in the play.
Yeah, love this. 30-0. You look at the fight for this team and able to get in a scrum. Absolutely love that for the Knights.
Parker Seibel will attempt the extra kick, the extra point. With 3:33, the Braves will have an opportunity to answer here in the before the half. And it's through. So Northwest with their first offensive touchdown of the season, and they cut the Braves lead to 23 points, 30-7, with 3:33 to go in the second quarter.
And so this team, in Northwest, that did graduate some pretty good football players last year. Kingston Hill, we saw him for years, I think all 4 years that this coming into tonight that these teams have played. Tobias Price, Jordan Bailey, had some really good football players. This series, this is the 5th time these teams will play. Northwest got the first 2, and Indian Hill's gotten the last 2, and so this is the rubber match, so to speak, tonight. So other things I think of note in the CHL, last week you got to give the Wyoming Cowboys credit. Matter of fact, I think after the game somebody might have yelled out, "How about them Cowboys?" Scored 17 unanswered points in the 4th quarter to beat Ross on the road. And this is a Wyoming team last week that threw the ball more than they passed it. Now, some of that obviously was because they were behind, but still, finding ways to win. 8 of the last 9 years, that team has been 10-0 in the regular season.
Dylan Hartman makes a nice move, breaks 1 tackle, gets up to about the 22-yard line before he's brought down. Speaking of Ross, that's who Northwest's next game will be next week. It'll be at Ross.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good football team.
And the Braves will be going a little bit east over to New Richmond next week.
And that's a game that obviously, for the Braves, that's a homecoming of sorts for Coach Reardon, and not just Coach Cody Reardon, also his father, who coached at New Richmond. Of course, our Coach Reardon played at New Richmond. So it'll be interesting to go back, and that is a great place to see a game if you have a chance to get out there.
Alexander, not a whole lot of running room, gets about 3 yards and earned every one of them.
Yeah, and every one of these reps for a sophomore, really valuable to see different things, different situations, and try to figure it out. So tonight, some great games by Region 16 teams. Cleveland Massey is going to go up to Coldwater. Coldwater has 31 team state titles, and 8 of those have come in football. So hats off to Clinton Massey to traveling up there and playing a traditional powerhouse.
Alexander breaks one tackle, breaks another, and gets close to the first down, but looks like he just shy.
How about this area that Coldwater's in? You got Minster, which has great football tradition. Versailles, that's how we say it from Versailles.
It's not Versailles.
Not up there, it's not. St. Henry, St. Mary's, and then, of course, Maria Stein, which has Marion Local up there, which is in the same conference, believe it or not, as Coldwater, and has won 15 football state titles.
Is Maria Stein in the same conference with Maria Goldberg?
Could be. I don't think so. She doesn't sound tough enough.
Braves do get the first down. Devlin Daniel, he pitches it to Alexander, and there's 2 guys there ready to smack him to the ground. 11 Dixon gets the credit for the tackle. So
very nice job there by Northwest. We're going to take a look at it here. Everybody keeping their assignment, and great job. Both guys out on the edge.
Curry, yeah. So a loss of a yard, and it's 2nd and 11 for the Braves.
Think about that. I think Wyoming's got a couple of state titles over the years, and, you know, for one conference to have 23 of them, just remarkable.
Oh. Well, that's our mystery man right there. Anthony Smith and the linebacker arrived just about the same time as the ball did, and they separate the 2 of them. So the Braves now staring at a 3rd and 11 with just $1.25 left until halftime.
And so the other game tonight in Region 16 I really like is Taft is going to go play Alter. And, of course, Taft got them twice last year, but this is a little different Alter team that beat Fairmont week 1. Big school. So that should be a good one. But hats off to those 4 teams for scheduling each other.
Devlin Daniel looking to throw, and he goes deep. And there's Anthony Smith, and it's too far for him. And that'll be a 4th and 11, and the Braves will punt with 1:11 left here until halftime.
So 55 yards in the air, and that came out easy. As you see him step into it, yeah, that came out easy. Just not able to quite get the connection there. But, boy, the threat is there. And Toe, you know, if you got a receiver that can take the top off and you got a quarterback that can get it to him, boy, that makes you cover an awful lot of ground as a defense.
Signing, it's a short kick.
Could hit
somebody. And a bad bounce for the Braves.
Yeah.
And the Braves cover it, but on the 37-yard line. Northwest was outstanding field position with 1:09 left till halftime, and Northwest was all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
So looking at this replay, Northwest lucky in 2 regards. I'm sorry. Yeah, one is that didn't hit one of their players. Guys not looking for the ball in that part of the field. And then the other, of course, the fortuitous bounce for them. Sets them up on a short field, and as we said before, they could use every bit of help right now.
Jaden Lilly drops back, and he launches it deep, deep, deep. Brody Smith with a catch, and Brody Smith with an interception, the senior. And Brody does a great job as a cover corner and gets rewarded here with an interception.
So you look at that and the way that Smith peeled off, saw the ball before it. And that's one of the things that's happening in this game. Indian Hill DBs seeing that football before Northwest receivers. Great adjustment to the football and possession for the Braves. Still see what happens. You get the first couple of plays, you get something positive, and maybe you're a little more aggressive.
Well, that'll be interesting.
See what they choose to do.
Yeah, with the Braves down here on their own 6-yard line, do they try to run out the clock? Remember, Northwest does have 3 timeouts remaining. Devlin Daniel hands it to Alexander, and he goes down right away. And there's a timeout for Northwest.
Yeah, I think at that point, you get a first play like that, and, you know, hey, if he runs for 15 yards, Next one, you get up on the line, you're aggressive, but a situation like that, you're still near your own goal line, and you don't want to give anybody any hope going into the half. So we mentioned the Reardon's going home to New Richmond next week. We're going to take another look at that interception. And Smith saw it early, saw not only, where the ball was located, but where the quarterback's eyes were going. Locked onto that receiver, that one side of the field early. So we mentioned the Reardon's going home to New Richmond next week, and that'll be a big deal. A lot of people there with a lot of affection for both the player, who's now our coach, and the dad, who coached at New Richmond and did one heck of a job out there for a long time. This game tonight's got a little bit of that. Running backs coach Don Flint is a proud Northwest graduate, and hey, those bonds are still there, but Coach Flint's been doing a good job with these running backs, and they're putting a hurt on his old team.
The Braves with 3 wideouts. And Alexander deep in the backfield, in the end zone. The Braves have to be careful here. Devlin Daniel, a little bit of a mix-up it looks like, but Devlin bowls his way through up to the 8.5-yard line. Another timeout here for Northwest with 47 seconds remaining.
So I absolutely love it. They're looking for an opportunity to extend this game, and why not? A lot of fight in this Northwest team. You got to credit Coach Lee Johnson, as we mentioned, in his 10th year. Think about that. 10 years at any school district. I mean, that's a tough run. You don't see it all the time. That would probably put him second in tenure here in our league in the CHL. But great job there.
Well, he was the offensive coordinator for Northwest back in 2011 and 2012, and they were number one in multiple offensive categories back then, and he left, and then he came back as the head coach. But the last couple years, they've really struggled offensively, Brian. Last year, they averaged 15.3 points a game. The year before that, just a little over 14 points a game. And between you and I, we hope they don't score any more than that tonight.
Yeah, so much to the job at Northwest, beyond football. And I'm sure that those parts of the thing which are most important are getting done at a high level.
Alexander. Great run.
So
Jacob Alexander, and the Braves now with 3 timeouts left and 38 seconds. And the Braves do call a timeout.
Yeah, 38 seconds left. Now we're at midfield. This flips the script, and Coach Rodenberg right on it. Great job by Alexander to give his team an opportunity to take a shot. And, this is they talk about it in hockey. It's not the pass, it's not the goal, it's the pass that led to the pass that led to the goal. And this is a case right here where a big play like that changes, go into the to the half. Until one last game in Region 16, CHCA, we mentioned Versailles. They're going to go up and play Versailles. And so, I just absolutely love, regardless of the level, Coldwater's not at a high level. Marion, local in Stein is not at a high level. But you go up there and you play those teams, or you go Taft, you go to Alter, you get a look at what you're going to see later on in the year. And absolutely love that scheduling. There are so many marquee teams up in the Columbus area, up in northwest of Dayton, like what we were just talking about. So many good teams to go out and get a look at it.
Well, the Braves now on their own 45 and need, maybe 35 yards to give Drew Synan an opportunity. Devlin Daniel, Jacob Alexander in the backfield. Oh, Jacob Alexander, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, I love that play. So that's from the start. If it's there, we're going to get as many yards, and then we're going to get out of bounds. So there's really not much as a defense you can do about that, assuming they get contained on the edge, and they did just that. Those Braves blockers out there sealing the edge, giving them an opportunity.
14-yard gain. And Braves down to the 41. Again, probably need close to 20 more yards to give Drew Seinen an opportunity.
So just can't say enough about this offensive line. Guys moving around, guys getting, a little bit of experience, but along the way performing at a high level.
Devlin Daniel, and he breaks through. Oh, my goodness. They just tried to push him, and that's not the way to bring Devlin Daniel down. 41-yard rush for Devlin Daniel, and the Braves score again.
And so we're going to look at it here at the end of the run as he's running through traffic and arm tackles and getting in. But, there's a time for Devlin Daniel to be selfish. Best player on the field, and I'm pretty sure every game that he's going to play this year. And, boy, that's one of those times. You got a limited amount of time on the clock. You've got an opportunity, and you got the ball in the hands of your best player.
Drew Seinen knocks it through, and the Braves go up 37-7 with just 21 ticks left until halftime.
So kind of amazing, isn't it? Just seemed like a few seconds ago they were under their own goal line, and Northwest was calling timeouts and trying to get the ball back. And one big run, and I know the touchdown's going to get all the accolades, but Jacob Alexander with the run that got them truly on offense.
And big blocks by Jackson Fry both times. He goes in motion and just wipes out the linebacker that's going to come in there. And
yeah, that entire offensive line, boy, these guys doing a job. And, that's something that'll make you instantly good. If you control the line of scrimmage, and I think the Braves the first 2 weeks have, you control the line of scrimmage, a lot of good things are going to happen. And mistakes can be overcome, or you can figure things out. But, boy, really tough to do anything if you don't control the line of scrimmage.
And let's give some credit to the center, Stelton Pole. I mean, all of his snaps have been true and made it real easy for Devlin to work his magic. Drew Seinen, let's see, he's kicked a couple short, he's kicked a couple deep. There's a line drive, kind of a squibber, and a little trouble here for Northwest. It's rushing, and he'll get up to the 26-yard line with just 13 seconds left. And we'll see if the Braves let Northwest just run out the clock, or if they do try to use some timeouts.
So just solid play right here by the Braves. Everybody in their lane, nobody over pursuing, nobody getting out of position. It's really hard for teams to make big plays if you're where you're supposed to be.
First and 10 from the 26 for Northwest. A lot of players with their hands on their hips. They look tired here for Northwest, and they've had the ball a good percentage of this half. Oh, my.
And so if you notice who's in the middle of the field here at this end of game situation, we're not going to let anybody get a cheap one on us at the end of the half. You got your quarterback, Devlin Daniel, right out there playing safety just to make sure that nothing gets behind us.
And Dylan Hartman stepping in there, almost got another Oski.
Having the time of his life there, Devlin Daniel, right out there in the middle of the field. But
well, he played a lot there last year, but this year not so much. It's going to be a pass, and Devlin might be there.
Well, this is exactly why he's there.
And the center fielder, as he played a lot in baseball, catches another one. So he adds an interception to his game resume, and the Braves leave the field.
Take a look at Daniel Island is what they're going to call it out here. One target, and no, sir, it did not work.
So as the Braves rush to the home of the Braves with a 37-7 halftime lead, Brian, we'll be back in about 20 minutes for second half action.
I'll be having a bowl of spaghetti. I'll see you then.
Great. Please come back and join us.
top of the steps. Johnny's Frisbee Whip, check him out. Johnny's Frisbee Whip here tonight. And now for your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field your 2025 Braves Marching Band. Under the direction of Drum Major Alistair Wu, the Braves Marching Band will be performing the program's Sweet featuring the music of Peter Illich, Tchaikovsky, Gustav Holst. Drum major, is your band ready? Braves marching band, you may take the field in exhibition.
So all you gotta do is you gotta have smoother zooms. You have to zoom outwards on the kickoffs. You have to have because you're the close cam. Yeah. So, but on those kickoffs and on those
Choose the Weiler way today. Tired of the traditional online car shopping experience? When you visit our Weiler websites and have a question, we have dealership professionals who will chat with you live. Rooted in family, driven by you.
All right, team. We got a long day ahead of us, but this is what we do. It's time to go to work. Yeah, let's get it.
We work, we get stuff done.
Right.
No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves. Not afraid of the project, not afraid of the time. Say it, I build America, we always on time. Let's get it. We work, we get stuff done. No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves. That's right. Not afraid of the project, not afraid of the time. We say it, I build America, we always on time. Let's do it. Do you know the mission? Do you know the story? You've been at it for a minute, so we're not here for the glory. We aggregate, crush rock, 24/7 non-stop. Hot products, iron, calcium, low in that magnesium. We'll mix it up, then bag it. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Looking for a new home? You'll love SipsyKlein.com. For the latest new listings, price changes, and open houses, make it part of your everyday routine.
When a new listing is posted, I want to be among the first to find it. My secret weapon? SipsyKlein.com. I start each day with a cup of coffee, the latest new listings, price changes, and all the home buying tools I need.
That's just the beginning of what you'll find at SipsyKlein.com.
We make investments in expert advice and strategies. Providing investment options, you'll feel confident in your step away.
Start today with as little as $100 and watch your money. Don't wait for requirements. Future starts now. Join thousands of other certified investors such as Paul and Gator to build a fund. Find us at paulandgator.com.
Choose the Weiler way today. We value your time and convenience. Visit Weiler.com and shop over 7,000 cars. See estimated monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
If your house isn't safe, then neither are you. Dial 1 Security can provide your family with simple, convenient home security systems that is easy to use and get an estimate now. Just call 513-527-4400 or go to dial1security.com. The easiest way to protect your family. Dial 1 Security.
The brand new 2025 Defender all-terrain 3-liter V6 hybrid, 4-wheel drive electric supercharged. Every new purchase is covered by a new vehicle limited warranty for 4 years or 50,000 miles. Start your adventure today at Jaguar Land Rover Cincinnati with the 2025 Defender. Life is an adventure.
Naira Paving gets the job done. We do everything under the sun when it comes to pavement and athletic surfaces. We also can help your property with asphalt paving, line stripping, asphalt maintenance and repair, and seal coating. So if you want your property to look the best it's ever looked, visit NairaPaving.com today for your free estimate. Again, visit NairaPaving.com today to get your free estimate.
Hey neighbor, how'd you get that house?
Well, I used Sipsicon Realtor so I could get the best deal on my new house.
Oh wow, that's cool. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they're a great company. I recommend using them. They even do home, mortgage, title, and relocation services.
Man, I'll definitely consider using them. It's crazy how they service so many things.
Yeah, I know.
If you're interested in finding a house with the best deal in your area, contact Susie Klein Realtors at
SipsiclineRealtors.com.
Or contact Sipsy Klein at 513-985-4010.
Why wait? You can get a house today. Visit SipsiclineRealtors.com.
Hey, Lindsay. Hey, why is your car still on, Stacy? I need to get a new one, but I can't find a nice car to buy instead of this one. Try Jeff Weiler. It's so easy to book an appointment, and I can almost guarantee that there's one near you. They're very reliable. Are you sure they're gonna have the right car? Yep, they carry a large variety of cars. I can assure you, you'll find the right car for you. Alright, sounds great. Thanks, Lindsay.
Be part of over 50 years of trustworthy car services with Jeff Weiler. Visit Weiler.com and start shopping for your new car or car service today.
Two, zoom into the guy shooting, please. Alright, I'm gonna switch to camera 2. Alright, camera 2, you're live. Camera 1, can you zoom back out to include the shot, please? Thank you. Alright, and then I need you to get the graphics up, please, for free throw. I think it's, what is it, number 12? Alright, graphics are going in. Alright, switching to 1. Good shot there, 1. We're gonna go back to 2. I'm going to take the graphics out. Can we get the scoreboard back on, please? Alright, bring those back in. Alright, one back up. Alright, 2. I need you to be close on this one. Alright, I need you to follow the point guard as he brings up the ball. Alright? Alright, going back to 2. 1, I want you now to go down to the other end of the court just as I do a wide shot. We're going to switch to you once into the middle of the court. Alright, switching to 1. Alright, good shot there, 2. Now 2, just stay close, alright? We want you to be close. We want you just to be like a close camera. Alright? Alright, good shot there, 1. That's good. Oh, and also, camera 2. I want you to try to keep the ball into the frame as much as you can. Alright, that's not a down shot. Alright, 2. I want you to zoom in on the guy throwing the ball in, please. Alright, not too much. Zoom a little bit back out, alright? Perfect. Announcers, I have a replay of that if you want. We're going to roll a replay. Let's get DVR1 up there. All right.
ran for 41 yards for a touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass, long bomb, and he intercepted. The only frustration was that they don't let him kick extra points or field goals. So he's quietly had a heck of a game, and the Braves will. There's a running clock, by the way. The Braves are up 30 points here in the second half, so it's a running clock. The state of Ohio rules. And there's George Vollmer will take the ball out of the end zone, gives it up to the 20, and again, as long as the Braves maintain a 30-point lead or better, that clock will continue to run. And
so nice job there by Vollmer to get that lead foot out of the end zone so he could return that game. You never know what's going to happen.
They give him progress up to the 21, and that's where Devlin Daniel and company will start here the third quarter. Jacob Alexander in the backfield with Devlin. And he's got the mystery man, Anthony Smith, to the near sideline. Devlin will keep it himself, sees nothing around the end, and pushes forward for about a 1-yard gain.
Great job setting the edge by Northwest, and another great job also. We're going to see it here. Watch his edge get set outside. Couldn't break that outside. Forced him into all the help, and everybody doing their job, staying in their lane. Nice job. So, just thinking about this game tonight, last week, Braves defense with 4 turnovers and a touchdown, and really opportunistic to run that score where it was. Tonight, they've earned it. They've gone the length of the field a few times and played a more complete ball game.
Jacob Alexander, and he's got some room, and he is real close to the first down. Of the 2nd and 9, and Jacob Alexander did he get 9? Yes, he did. They're moving the chains.
Yeah, burst of speed right here to the outside and got north-south really quickly. Good job by Alexander. He has really been a big playmaker tonight for this Braves offense.
Again, it's nice that they can rotate running backs. Evan Riggs did an outstanding job the couple series he's been in. Alexander's been terrific, and next week, hopefully, they get big number 6, Ashton Graham, in there, and a 3-man rotation at running back, so everybody stays fresh. Alexander, and the ball is loose, and Northwest will recover. A little problem.
So let's take a look and see what the issue was here. As usual, clean snap, just wasn't able to get that ball tucked away.
So the clock keeps ticking as Northwest takes over.
And a little more difficult, you think back 40 years ago, 30 years ago, guys just were handing that off. There wasn't the read and the option to be able to pull that back. Really kind of tough for these guys right now until they play a lot of football together to get the feel.
Oh, Jackson Fry, and there's a fumble.
Braves got it right back.
Jackson Fry spun around Mr. Lilly, and he winds up fumbling, and he comes to as he hits the ground.
Lilly comes out of this spin, and when you come out of this spin, you got somebody on you right away, and it's a line side.
And that was Topher Wachtel. We mentioned his name a few times tonight. And the clock is stopped for an injury. So we mentioned next week the Braves travel to New Richmond, and that should be an interesting game. And then the following week at Wyoming, and that obviously will be a very interesting game as well. Northwest next week travels to Ross, and And with considering what Ross and Wyoming battled last week, you know that Ross is probably a pretty good opponent as well.
Yeah, coming out of that, and it looks like we still got a player down. Coming out of that Wyoming game, don't expect to get any help. Looking last week, Taylor, Madeira, and Redding all lost big, and Marymount and Deer Park won against small schools. So we'll see about them. But based on what we saw week 1, you know, you don't expect to get any help coming out of that Wyoming game, which is early, your first league game of the season. So, and the same could be said for Wyoming coming out. They're not going to get much help either. I think these Braves are going to have an opportunity, but one game at a time.
Brian Topher Wachtel is on the sidelines getting some help. Looks like he's shaking his left hand, and they're also working on his leg. So Topher Wachtel with a nice tackle and help free that ball up. Knocking, you know, Jaden Lilly to force a fumble, but Topher Wachtel a little bit shaken up.
So we'll have a running clock, 30-point lead for the Braves. So this second half might go a little quick unless Northwest can tighten it up.
Devlin Daniel pitches it. That's Sam Metz. Sam Metz, and the sophomore gains a couple yards. Braves starting to shake it up a little bit and put some different helmets in the game.
Yeah, Braves starting to show some different looks too.
So Metz now lines up as a wide receiver. 3 down to the lower part of the screen. 3 wideouts. Devlin Daniel, Jacob Alexander in the backfield, looking to pass. Whoop. There's Ben Sichel, and the former quarterback turned wideout down to the ground, and what's the call? Looks like it's on Northwest.
Glad to see Sichel get engaged. We didn't see him handle the ball last week, and
he's a big, strong target with good hands.
Yeah.
Another member of the Braves' outstanding baseball team, led by Kerry Daniel. The Braves now at the Northwest 48, and we're almost halfway through the quarter. Jacob Alexander, and you have to wonder if this will be the last series for Devlin Daniel, and they'll turn it over to some of his understudies.
Yeah, another play with good positive yardage. Braves just keep those chains moving, and that clock keeps moving. So we're down to about 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
And I know you have an engagement this evening with your wife. I know your guys are going dancing again, and Boo's waiting at home, tapping her foot, ready to get going.
That's right.
Devlin Daniel eludes one, flips it. Oh, my.
So that play was like your golf game, you know. You hit one into the rough, and then you come out. It comes out hot. You go right back into the other side.
Jackson Fry catches the ball, but is met immediately.
Yeah, once you have penetration and disruption like that to start a play, really tough to get your bearings and get rid of it. Not doing Jackson Fry any favors.
No, it's Ezekiel Kelly, the outstanding. I guess he plays safety now for Northwest, but he was right there. So on 3rd and 9, Devlin Daniel will be taking the snap from the Northwest 47. And Alexander gets a few of them back, but not enough. And that'll be 4th down.
And so they're going to play it straight up and punt the football, and good call there. I like the call, Toe. You know, it's an obvious, to some people they would say obvious passing down, but I think, you know, you're going to get the rush, you're going to get the heat, and I like that opportunity. I could have seen that going for a first down.
Nice snap, nice kick, and it bounces. Thomas gets around the left side. He's got a little bit of room, and he steps out. Steps out down on the 27-yard line, and that's where Northwest will have the ball. Again, the clock keeps ticking.
Take another look here. It does a great job of getting out front. And what made that even more spectacular is the fact that Northwest sent 4 guys in to rush the punter.
Yeah.
And didn't have the numbers back, but he didn't need them.
So we're under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Obviously, this thing goes rather rapidly with a running clock. Another keeper.
And so they're going to chew it up on their own.
Yeah.
Just going straight vanilla here. Just a snap to the quarterback.
Jaden Lilly last week did not have a rushing attempt. And we don't have the stats, but I would imagine he's got to be in the mid-teens already. Northwest has 3 wide to the bottom of the screen, 2 to the top of the screen. Here comes one in motion, and he's got the ball. That's number 11, Dixon, Ethan Dixon, and he's brought down rather quickly, and that'll be a 3rd and long for Northwest. Nice tackle by Topher Wachtel. Looks like he getting a little banged up there. The last series doesn't bother him. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. Oh, nice play. Nice catch. Thought it was, I'll see it again. I thought it was Evan Riggs jumped way up and maybe got the quarterback. That was McCall, you're right.
Getting an opportunity to rush the passer. Great job trusting his receiver and getting that ball out high.
Dylan Hartman with the tackle, but a first down.
And good job by the receiver to understand the quarterback didn't have much time there, got his head around and caught the ball. Wow.
That's Ethan Dixon, the junior, big running back, and he pulls ahead for a solid gain, but with 35 seconds left until the end of the third quarter.
So you're not kidding. Ethan Dixon goes 6'1", 219. So that's a big high school back.
A deep pass. And, thought one of the Braves, that was George Volmers back there, but you also have Brady Drost, another baseball player who likes to catch fly balls.
Yeah, not a lot of air underneath that one. Nobody's going to catch it.
Yeah.
And probably just as well. He's throwing into multiple coverage.
So that mercifully brings the end of the third quarter to a conclusion, and now we'll start the fourth with a 12-minute running clock and a chance to run to graders before they close.
Yeah, so it is amazing when that clock runs. The game just flies by, and we're going to have the same thing here with 12 minutes left. So long as this score stays at 30 or more, running clock, Ohio High School Athletic Association rules, and it's a good rule. So, you know, it's one thing in any other sport to have a lopsided score, but in football, having to get off the field and the physical nature of it, boy, if you get down by 30, it means a lot of bad stuff is happening to you physically. It's a really good rule.
Well, they have a similar rule in basketball, but and of course the way you play, that's very physical.
Only guy that shows up on Saturday with a mouthpiece.
Whoa.
Boy, he's a load, Toe.
Boy.
And, you know, it's funny because the instinctual nature is, hey, we're down, we're trying to come back, step out of bounds, doesn't matter. But good instincts and a great job of getting away and getting positive yardage.
That's Ethan Dixon again, and we talk about the big back, 6'1", 219 listed. He only had 6 carries for 17 yards last week against Wilmington, and he's certainly righted his ship tonight. There he goes again. And Jackson Fry having none of it, but they're going to call a penalty on him.
Yeah. Couldn't see it. Well, maybe we'll see it here. Close to that sideline, but engaged certainly 5-7 yards inbounds. But the play ends out of bounds and throws him down. And
wow,
it's a fair call, but boy, I could see that going either way.
So they mark off 15 big ones against the Braves, and Northwest will, next snap will be on the Braves' 21-yard line as the clock continues to tick.
The ambient microphone is a wonderful thing at times. And
oh, a reverse. Wow. Well, a little razzle-dazzle there. The ball winding up in Rushing's hand. And he ran for probably 15, 20 yards and got about a 2-yard gain.
Rushing giving you your money's worth. No question there. 5'9", 170. The junior and electric.
Now, Rushing did not have a rushing attempt last week. Empty backfield, not for long. So they'll move it back 5, but again, the clock doesn't stop. By the time they snap it, will be under the 9-minute mark in the game.
Some other interesting games around town tonight. Covcath goes to Elder. Elder is 7-0 against Covcath all time, but it still could be interesting. And another one of the Reading E-Steps at quarterback, Caden E-Step. Family boy, I tell you what, Reading High School missing those guys. Oh.
Jaden Lilly. And nice catch. Wow. That's Sterling, Elijah Sterling.
You know, maybe it could be the case that Northwest just needs to call hot reads all night. When he gets rid of the ball quickly and the receivers have a sense of urgency, good things seem to happen for this team. Might be something to look at
in the future,
going forward with quick routes.
There we go again.
Oh, it's coming out. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it
I
is.
see it.
He's carrying it loose, and wow, that was a great strip by George Vollmer.
Yeah, George Vollmer saw it for about 30 yards, trailing a quarterback with that ball way away from his body in the right arm, the right hand, and George able to capitalize. Great play.
And a personal foul on. Sorry.
Not just making a tackle, getting possession.
There was a personal foul in Northwest, so the Braves will advance the ball a little further. And the band plays on with 7.5 minutes left in the game.
Ito, just a little bit of frustration starting to set in. Hey, while we've got a minute, just thinking about last week in the CHL, you know, we're a couple of weeks away from getting into CHL play, but Charlie Kantz lost some players out at Taylor, but he didn't lose the ability to spin the ball. 272 yards passing last week, 158 of it to Ryan Wecking. And another 160 yards rushing for Easton Shrimp. So Taylor still got the offense going.
There's a penalty. Devlin Daniels still in the game. A little bit of a surprise, but pitches the ball, and there's a penalty. And it's on the Braves.
This offense has gotten so much better from week 1 to week 2. You almost wonder, hey, is it time to put the hay in the barn? Get Devlin off the field and some of the other guys off the field. So the other one is Deer Park. Tink Sellers with 286 all-purpose yards last week, and Morgan Brown, 212 receiving yards. That's a full season for some guys that start. The crazy stat last week I saw, Wyoming had 4 players with double-digit tackles. Now keep in mind, usually in a high school game, you run about 50 plays. Jackson Hamilton had 19, Tyler Johnson Huff with 14, Charlie Walker with 11, and Cameron Maupin with 10. You don't see that every day.
Devlin Daniel takes the snap. Jacob Alexander as a running back. And Devlin will keep it himself. And he'll rumble and stumble and bumble, and he's pushed out of bounds finally on the 42-yard line. So a 29-yard gain for Devlin Daniel.
Yeah, and this is a time, Toe, with Devlin Daniel in particular, navigating that sideline. Again, you're not going to stop the clock by stepping out. Good job to step out.
Devlin is stepping out, and he's finished for the night. And Brooks South, the sophomore, will come in and take the snaps. Again, 5 minutes left in the game.
So it's interesting to me, if Devlin, if something happened and Brooks South had to play an entire game, who you think would be the quarterback? If it's not Brooks South, would it be Sitchell?
Alexander bowling his way for a first down, and they say the ball came out.
It looks like we've got a change in possession.
Wow. Well, a nice run by Alexander, but somehow the ball comes out, and the Knights will take over with 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Again, the Braves playing so well in so many areas. Really, the mistakes have not meant much to them the first 2 weeks.
Well,
but that's one you'd like to, right now that's a learning process. 4 minutes, let's salt it away.
Oh my. And there's intercepted. That's Brady Drost, who's the free safety. Mentioned before, Brady Drost, a really good baseball player as well, and been waiting for one all night, and finds it. Little razzle dazzle here on northwest part, and Brady Drost smells it out, and Braves back in business.
So I'm kind of partial to Brady as a basketball player, but yeah, baseball as well, and it's a great thing, 3-sport athlete, a guy that's just always going. Always got someplace to be, and he was in the right place right there.
Well, there's a lot of multi-sport athletes on this team, and when you have a smaller school, you need your better athletes. Ashton Graham will be back next week as a 3-sport athlete for the Braves as well.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? Twice tonight we've had a turnover, and then team gets it right back the next play.
So with 2:55 and counting, we'll see if Brooks South can take this ball south and and finish this game off. South keeps it himself. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle.
Yeah, Toe getting some other guys in the game. Brooks Bethel, I see, is in the game. Danny Cousineau in the game right now. Luke Mitchell. A lot of guys out there, but boy, those guys up front, Toe, can't say enough about the job they've done tonight.
Terrific, and a guy who got some of that time initially on the offensive line, the big German, Jakob Harvey, still in the game here. He's at right tackle. Killing the clock, down to $1:40.
Nice job here to let that play clock run down.
South hands it off to Alexander. He goes down. Nobody calling timeout. And
to one other guy in the game right now, Leo Martin from St. Gertrude, 5'10", 205-pound junior. I wonder if they're calling him Pope Leo.
And Caleb Stubblefield comes in the game in the backfield. Number 16, the junior. His next snap will be at with about a minute left in the ball game. And Brooks South. Oh, he's hit initially and takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Down to 40 seconds left, and will the Braves have to run another play?
So when these guys are watching this replay in math class instead of doing their work, as you know happens, you think many of them will get that reference to takes a licking and keeps on ticking?
No, most of my references are pretty dated, like I am.
Been a while. Look it up, guys. Timex.
18 seconds.
Your math teacher won't care.
Brooks South getting ready to take perhaps the last snap of the game. Hands it off to Stubblefield, and he's cracked down, and that will be, that's it. It's all over but the Ben Gay. The Braves emerge victorious, 37-7.
Toe, a fantastic night to answer a number of questions before they head on the road next week at New Richmond, and that should be a good one. Again, the venue is terrific for high school football. If you haven't been out, make an effort to get out next Friday night to New Richmond High School.
And then the following week at Wyoming, and then we come back here on the 19th for Marymount, the backyard brawl with the Braves and the Marymount Warriors. So a good night to be a Brave. Braves go to 2-0 on the season with a 37-7 win. Great contributions by a host of Braves, and great job. Jumped out to a quick start and was able to ride the time clock and the running clock the whole second half. Hey, want to thank the great production crew here at Indian Hill. Denny Dupps, our mentor and director, and the freshman Lucas Batchelor was our technical director tonight. Did a terrific job, even though his dad slowed him down as the replay guy, Eric Batchelor. But thanks to everybody behind the scenes to make this possible. I'm Tony Harris here for Brian Shaw. Good night and good football.